I'll take that. This passage of scripture, Peter was telling us, some people suffer because they did wrong. You got locked up for 10 years or 20 years for robbing a bank. You deserve it. You take it in. Or somebody, sold something or did something wrong, committed murder. You deserve it. You would take it because you know you did it, even though you lied about it and said, it wasn't me. But you take it. In your mind, I did this action, and there is some resolution in your mind and some resolve that I knew it. You cheated on your wife, and she cussed you out and threw shoes at you. You take it. Or you cheated on your husband, and he don't want to talk to you. He don't want nothing to do with you. You can take it. You should be able to take it. Some people don't. People flip it. But you should take it and say, yeah, I messed over that person. Yeah, I did that wrong. I did them wrong. I deserve everything, baby. You cussed me out, or you don't want to see me again. Or, baby, I understand. I did it. It was me. You'll take it. But there's no reward for that. But the scripture said, if you were innocent and you got locked up. You were innocent and somebody lied on you. You were innocent and that happened to you. You're going to be blessed. There's a reward behind you taking that. I find out when you are innocent, you really don't have to defend yourself. When Jesus was going to the cross, he ain't said a mumbling word. They accuse him and accuse him and accuse him and accuse him. And when they said, you said you the Son of God, he said, you said right. Oh, you admit it. We don't need no more witnesses. You said it. You admit it. When folk trying to get you, they'll get you. But it's a blessing when you took something and you didn't deserve it. You took something and you went through and you didn't do the crime, but you did the time. God said, you are an example of Jesus Christ. You follow his footsteps. And after that, there is a certain blessing. There is a blessing I got for not cussing, fussing, and yelling at folk who did me wrong. There is a blessing. Bible said, you could make a lie true by your actions. And I learned not to give the devil a stick. My mama said, give the enemy a stick to hit you upside the head with. Don't give nobody nothing to accuse you of. Even though you were innocent, don't turn your innocence into a crime because you're trying to defend yourself. Because you know what? Truth have proof. Lies don't have proof. When people lie, they have to plant a truth or make evidence. But every time they try to plant a lie, then another lie will sleep out that you got to cover that lie, and then you're going to forget one of them. But truth have fact. Truth can produce. You lie if I'm wrong, if you're right, or if I'm wrong, prove that you're right. Proof that I'm doing. In every court of law, there's a bearing of proof that you got to do. Now, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But nowadays, people call you guilty and they don't even have no facts. Folk will rather, the Bible says in the last day they'll rather believe a lie than the truth. And you know the sad part about it? You have seen so many people, their whole career get damaged on a lie. 40 or 50 years in the business or have a good standing or a good name, but let somebody say you touched them, or with this new Me Too and You Too movement, you just look at somebody wrong and they get offended. And it depends on who if they like you, it's okay. But if they don't like you, they're offended. If somebody, a pretty boy come in and he made a lewd statement, they don't see it as harassment. But if for somebody they got a, not as great looking, they gonna call human resources and said you're harassing them. That's in someone's opinion. And that's what we're living in. And you can get accused for anything now. That's why as a man, I watch what I say. I could be trying to pray over somebody, and that's why you see me now. I don't put my hands on nobody, ain't mine, ain't nobody mine now, so I can't put my hand. I'll take one of the women of the church and put their hands on. Nowadays, we can't even do that. Because they'll get offended by that. So now we got to slap oil on you and watch what we do. And that's how blessings come, from contact. So the devil is setting up everybody. So you know what? He wants to set us up so we can take the wrong thing. Right now, the devil wants the church to shrink and dry up and die. And we know what we are. Let me say this. Those in the body of Christ are buying into it. I see so many cars. I even stopped by Lowe's today. And God said, I wish all these cars was at the church parking lot. I see people buying plants and planting and all this. And the Bible said in the last day, they're going to be buying and selling, making money. And then Jesus is going to crack the sky. And everything going to go, what happened? We're not ready. But we got to be able to take something to grow. Bible say, in weakness, we are made strong. In order for you to be blessed, you got to take something. And sometimes it's okay to take that. It's okay to take some things that went wrong in your life. Even though you were innocent, take it. Now, I ain't saying be abused by it. But take it. Love suffers long. Bible say, love endure. And sometimes, if you love somebody, you're going to have to take some of that garbage. Get rid of the relationship, get married, you're going to have to take some things. Let me say this. 10 years in the game, I found out a lot of things in that decade. I found out that people change. I change. I find out the bliss that you thought you had was good until you really got to know them. I found out some things was representative. You might as well watch a soap opera because they were playing a role. I played a role. We all play roles to get something. But then when it's over with, you see you will revert back to who you really are. I don't care who you are. The real you will come out. If you're a gunslinger, gun-toter, crazy, action-packed movie, shoot 'em up, Mr. John or Mrs. Wick, crazy, it will come in your life. And you will have to take something that somebody else is bringing. So be careful who you bring in your life, because you're going to have to take what they bring. Good, bad, and ugly. Because some people will bring what they got into your life, and guess what? They will wreck your whole world. And you're going to have to take that. But when you suffer for something you didn't do, God said, I got you. Because I know you were innocent and you didn't deserve that. So there's a blessing, and that's what Jesus did. Jesus was accused. He was mocked. He was beaten for healing people. How you gonna kill somebody who raised your cousin from the dead? How you gonna heal? How you gonna throw? I can't get beside. I know when people do me wrong, but when every time I think of Jesus, let me put this in your head and just think about it. Just imagine. Jesus healed blind eyes. But imagine if one of those people that Jesus opened their eyes threw a rock at them. or God healed the same arm that was with it, they threw a rock. Or the lame man was one of the runs cheering him, crucify him, ran up the... And just imagine Jesus saw those people doing that to him while he was hanging on the cross. How do you think he feel? Now, that's why I couldn't be Jesus. Because if blind Bartimaeus threw a rock at me, I would have said, not only you're blind, you're deaf. And don't act like we won't do that. Because we got revenge in us. That's why the Lord said, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Because we won't take that. We won't handle that. We won't put up with that. That's why I'm glad I'm not God. Now, people who did me wrong, I had the option to forgive them, but certain things people right now did to you, you are not. Right now, if we were so great, have anybody did you dirty, you don't want to have nothing to do with them no more? You in your rights, but did you forgive everybody that did you wrong? Did you went back out to dinner with them after they did you so wrong? Some people in your life you ain't gonna want to have nothing to do with because they broke your what? Trust. But guess what? How many times, if y'all don't see, people don't read the Bible, how many times God took Israel back and the Bible said they went a whoring after other gods? Let me use this part. It's just God was like a good woman who waited at home while her husband cheated on her 10 times and still take him back. That's how God took Israel back. And you would think that woman's a fool for taking that man back after he done promised not to cheat on him. That's what God did when it was Israel. He kept taking them back, taking them back, taking them back, taking them down, punishing them, taking them back, taking them back. And he said, I want y'all. He still wanted them. And all they had to do was repent. All they had to do was come back and say, baby, to God, I'm sorry. And God will let us back in. And God takes a lot of stuff we do. That's why we got to forgive others, because we do so much to God, we don't even know. We offend people all day long, we didn't know it or known it. We'll say something crazy out of our mouth and person will walk away and the person hurt. And don't even know we hurt the person's feelings. And people will take a stop. So let me say this. Certain things you're going to have to take, and certain things you got to learn how to take back. And now let me flip the script. Take that, but now take what's yours. Take what God has for you. Take back your house, take back your children, take back your finance. Take that. Take it. It's yours. Some of us don't want to take back or take certain things that belong to us. And you know what? We let some things is ours that we didn't take, and we let other people take it. That's why they're blessed. I wouldn't take that off of that person. I wouldn't take that off of that job. That's why you ain't got a raise. That's why you minimum wage now. I wouldn't take it off of that man. That's why you're not married. I wouldn't take it off that woman. That's why you ain't got nobody. I wouldn't take it off. In order for you to be successful, you got to take some bumps. You got to take something. You got to get hit. And if you can't take a blow, if you can't take something, if you can't take the process, you will not be successful in life. You got to take something to grow. And by you taking it, you get stronger. You get better. We don't want to take nothing no more. This new generation, they get offended about everything. You got to... Here it is. We want to graduate from college with a C average, walk up to a conglomerate, multi-million dollars, and we want 6-figure salary, private car, a personal car, own office, on a 14th floor, overlooking the water, really don't work, and we walk around calling shots with coffee. And this is what everybody thinks when they get out of college. And they wear suits all day. That don't happen. You got to take the mail room. You got to take the lower levels. You're gonna pay more in college loan fees than what you make your salary for a while. That's the reality. But we don't want to take that. In order for you to be, let me say this, in order for you to be the head, you got to learn every aspect of a business. I had to learn, one thing I did before I started a church, I went to a mega church, big church. And I went into their leadership program and found out how everything worked, found out how everything operated. I found out, and I had to take some stuff. And guess what? I knew I was anointed, and God called me to preach. And I had to take people who were dumber than me teaching me. I had to sit through classes while we had some. You know when you got to deal with people who in leadership are dumber than you. And I don't use the word dumb, but I mean, you are wiser than them. You know better than them. And when they teach you something, you know it's wrong. But you got to take it, because if you say something, you out of order. And you like, that's not how it's supposed to go. That's not, and what makes you sick, that there people writing down the wrong thing, and you want to say, no, that's not how it is. And some of us don't know how to take something, because God might have made you, if you move too quick, you might be right, but you might be wrong. Bible said, don't let your good evil be spoken of. You shut up until God put you in leadership so you can correct what he did wrong or she did wrong. But you got to take it. Don't you know certain things in this church I got to take? Oh, Pastor, you ain't got to take nothing. You're the pastor. No, I got to take it. You know why I got to take it? Because my money and my membership makes me take certain things I don't like. I got to use who come here. Don't you think I could wish, let me say this. Don't you wish you can, I know some of us are married, don't raise your hand, don't do nothing. But don't you wish you can trade people in? I admit that. You ain't got to raise your hand. Don't you wish you could trade some folk in and on your job? Don't you wish you could trade your boss in? Some of y'all wish y'all can trade that husband, that raggedy or that raggedy woman you got in. Don't you think I wish I can trade people, like I say, and don't get offended when I say that. I ain't talking about y'all. Don't you wish I wish I can trade some members in? Oh, some more to come in. Don't you wish I could trade the money I got in and get better? But you got to take that until you grow. I had to learn how to take being in a hotel before I got here. Y'all know I wouldn't like being in a hotel. But I had to take it. I had to take people leaving so God can bless me now. And let me say this. When God do something, when God wants you to take something, God will shake something in your life. God will shake, and here people don't understand. God will put something on everything around you to shake up your ground. He'll make an earthquake in your life. And anything that shakes and falls couldn't stand the weight. That's what he was talking about. I was singing today and I was worshiping God. And I got this revelation today, and I was just singing, on Christ a solid rock I stand. All the ground is seeking sand. I dare not trust the sweetest thing, but wholly lean on Jesus' name, on Christ aside. And I found out God said I had to shake some things in your life because they couldn't take it. I'm going to see, and not only if he called you, he going to call everything around you. And God going to put some trouble in your life and see what can take it. Now, that's why he said, many will call, few was chosen. Well, I used to didn't understand that. I didn't understand what that meant until I look at American Idol. Until I look at a casting call. How many when they do a casting call, thousands of people come to the casting call if you've ever seen American Idol. But when they get in front of those 4 judges, how many people out of them thousands get called to be on the show? Same way with God doing ministry. He called a lot of people to go out and preach the gospel, but then when they come in, he only picked a few that's chosen. Because God will shake you. He will shake everything around you to see who can take the blow. They can handle the pressure of what God called you to do. And guess what? God shook my life. I still stand, but a lot of things couldn't take it. And what you see me left with, it stayed. It stayed up. It stayed wrecked. It took the shaking. It took it. It took the crazy. It took the trouble. It took the trial and the stand. And when anything else go flat, couldn't take it. Don't cry over what went down flat. Thank God for what stand, because it couldn't go with you in your future. It couldn't go with your destiny because it couldn't make it. It couldn't take it. And some people, let me say this. The reason why I'm by myself because everybody can't take you. And that's not negative. Let me say this. I learned now, people want you to go on sale. People want to lower down your I lower my standards in life and what God really called me to have or want. And sometimes for the sake of loneliness, for the sake of lack, for the sake of money, for the sake of whatever, and we will sell ourselves out for a cheap thrill. For right now. But I'd rather invest in getting ready, and I'd rather invest into my peace than just having somebody around me. Now I'm getting older, I'm getting more cynical about it, because I'm not praying for God to bless me with somebody for sex. I'm praying for somebody to help me take me to my doctor's appointment and rub my back when it hurts. Just help. Because you're getting older. And that's it, your mindset changed, but I got to take what I got to take right now in order for me to be blessed. You got to go through what you got. Some things right now we're dealing with people we don't want to deal. We deal with difficult people. And it's hard dealing with difficult people. And you take a lot of abuse for dealing with difficult people. You take a lot of abuse for dealing with your boss. If you're taking care of an elderly parent, folk get old, they'll cuss you out. They'll lay you out. Because they older and they scared. But you got to take that. I got to take things from my daughter. Stuff she do. Sometimes I get frustrated, pick up that. I'll get tired. Sometimes I take it. I used to call her back. I get so tired sometimes, I'm like, let's put it. Just take it. Sometimes you just going to have to. But if you take that abuse, God said He's going to bless you. Because you gave up your vengeance and your right to God. And He said, vengeance is mine. And when you give up your right to serve somebody, you give up your right to be angry. Now, the Bible said, be ye angry, but sin not. See, we think we ain't got the right to be mad at folk. He don't want us to walk in anger. He said, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. He gives you a limited time to be angry, but He said you have the right to be angry because God get angry. But He says anger, if God can't stay mad long because the earth won't be around. You don't want God to get mad for a split second. Half of the United States be cut in half. But He wants us to have the right to be angry, but don't sin. And that's what probably people get. Take some. Let me say this. Jesus said, if you're going to reign with me, you got to suffer with me. We got to suffer some abuse, y'all. We got to suffer some things. And everything ain't always everything is always a physical abuse. It's just frustration. You working hard and you don't want your work go for naught. You've been praying and preaching and helping people. And you know how frustrating it can be in ministry? 13 years and at 13 years, and when I started this thing up, at 13 years, I thought I'd be walking out on a big old stage and get a whole applause, and I look over and I'm on a 4-foot stage, whole sea of people. Somebody, random person, just walk up and take my Bible and wipe my head, and my wife looking and sitting in the second row, she all fine and beautiful, and you got a couple of kids in there, they're all pretty, and we all walking out, and people whisk me away, and I walk outside, not in a GPW mobile, but I got a 7-class Mercedes Benz, and wow, big home, a TV, and I'm so good on TV that I had lights and cameras, and people pounding makeup on my face, and because I'm going to do my promos and stuff like that, and I'm invited to TBN to be on a guest speaker, and I'm going over here flying. Ain't none of that happened. I'm carrying my own bag. I can't get a speeding ticket in a GBW, bills a 4-cylinder. None of this happened. But I learned I had to take that. But guess what? I just told you all that. But what if God said you wasn't ready for that? Or I only gave you what you can handle. I wasn't putting no more on than you can bear. We want things that we can't take. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't eat more that you can't handle. Have you ever overate too much and you feel it and you feel, oh, you couldn't take it? And some of us right now are taking things that's not ours. We're taking on people, we're taking on jobs. Let me say this. Don't pray for something that somebody else, I wanted that. You might be taking on too much that you can handle. Now I'll learn to stop taking everything and get mad at everybody. God, I wanted that. God said you couldn't handle that. You couldn't take that. First Corinthians 10, he wouldn't put more on you than you can bear. Certain things we just don't take. And stop taking that's not yours. Now, God may say, walk 1 mile. They say walk 1 mile, God say walk 2. But he didn't tell you what 3 or 4 or 5. He told you if they slap this cheek, you turn around and give them the other cheek. He didn't tell you give them no more. There's a limit to what you can take. And you got to find out your limitations. Every woman, every man has a limitation of what they're going to handle. And when that breaks, that's when people break up. That's when they quit their job. That's when things happen. Because right now, anything with hydraulics has a pressure relief valve. And if you don't relieve pressure, you will explode. If you shake a can up, get a can of ginger ale and shake it. And keep shaking it. You ain't got to pop the top, it would explode. Or freeze it and put it in the hot sun right now and see that can explode because of pressure. And the reason why we stressed out, because of pressure. We're taking on too much and we can't handle it. That's why I don't let people dump their weight and their mess and their sin on you, because it's not for you to take. I got folk that did me dirty and they're going to ask me advice. And let me say this. I think sometimes people mind bad. Really am. Really am. I had some people did